Hello students, today's session of the video we will discuss about the second chapter, that is the sexual reproduction in flowering plants. In this chapter the complete chapter is important because no topic has been removed in this chapter. So let's see what are the questions. 1 mark, 2 marks, 3 marks and 5 marks questions will be there. So 1 mark, 3 mark, 2 marks and 5 mark questions. Let's discuss about the each type of the questions which are given in the second chapter. Let's go with the first part, that is a 1 mark questions. If you see the first question, so this is the chemical composition of the exine. So in the case of exine, this is the pollen grain outer wall. What it is consists of? It is consists of a chemical component. So this is a chemical component. This is called sporopollenin. If we consider the second question, that is a why peck develops before the embryo development. The peck is primary endosperm cell. So this is a primary endosperm cell. Why it will develops before embryo development? Because the peck which will provides the nutrients for the developing embryo. So embryoge nutrients ಬೇಕು, that embryo development needs a nutrients, so the peck will provide nutrients for the developing embryo. If we consider the next question, in hydrophilic plants the pollen grain will not be wet. Why? Because hydrophilic plants andre which is present in the water. So those plants which are present in the water, those plants will releases the pollen grains. These pollen grains will also be present in the water. In such a condition, how it will not be wet even though they are present in the water? So because it is covered by mucilaginous sheath. The answer is it is covered by mucilaginous sheath. Then the next question, if we consider, mention the role of filiform apparatus. Filiform apparatus which are present in the egg cell. So this is called filiform apparatus. So these filiform apparatus, what is its role, function? Filiform apparatus will it will guide the pollen tube to enter into the synergids. So that filiform apparatus will show the way, pollen tube ge way na ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತೆ to enter into the synergids. If we consider the next question, name the gamete producing cell in the pollen grain. The answer is generative cell. The generative cell will produces the gamete. Male gamete produce ಮಾಡೋ cell ಬಂದು generative cell. The answer is generative cell. So if we consider the next question, mention the function of tapetum. So here the tapetum which is present in the anther, what is its function? That means the tapetum will provides nutrients. You can write tapetum will provides nutrients, or you can write tapetum nourishes the developing pollen grains. You can write in a two way, tapetum provides nutrients to the developing pollen grain. The one way of answering is tapetum provides nutrients to the developing pollen grain, or you can write tapetum nourishes the developing pollen grain. If we go to the next question, define perisperm. The remnant of nucellus, that is persistence, ಹಾಗೆ ಉಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ ನ್ಯೂಸೆಲಸ್ಸು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗೋವಾಗ ನ್ಯೂಸೆಲಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ನ್ಯೂಸೆಲಸ್ ಇರೋ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಯೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಸಮ್ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ In some seeds, the nucellus will also be remained. That is called perisperm. Example, black pepper. So black pepper is an example. You can see that the black pepper. The definition is remainance of nucellus, that is persistence. Example is black pepper. So you have to write the black pepper example. Here it has come. So here the pepper it has given. The next is seed dormancy. The seed dormancy definition is state of inactivity of the embryo. You can also write the inactive state of embryo. The inactive state of embryo is called seed dormancy, or you can write the state of inactivity of the embryo. The next is what is meant by apomixis. Apomixis means seeds will be formed without fertilization. So seeds form ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಬಟ್ ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಜನರಲಿ ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕೆ ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಓವ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಇಂಟು ಸೀಡ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಓವ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಇಂಟು ಸೀಡ್ ಬಟ್ fertilization will not take place. That process is called apomixis. You can write it. The process in which seeds are formed without fertilization, or you can directly write seeds are formed. So seeds are formed without fertilization. When it will come to the next question, define pollination. The process of transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma. So that is called the definition for the pollination. That's the 1 mark questions. If you consider the 2 marks questions, the 2 marks questions are, first one is mention the 2 layers of the pollen grain. The pollen grain will have 2 layers. You can see that, which I already given in the notes. The first one is outer layer. The outer layer is called exine and the inner layer is called intine. So answer is 2 layers are there. So 2 layers of the pollen grain, you can write it as the exine and intine. Next, mention the 2 cells of the male gametophyte. Here you should not confuse with the word, because male gametophyte means pollen grain. Pollen grain, another name is male gametophyte. So male gametophyte andre pollen grain. Pollen grain alliro cells vegetative cell and generative cell. You can write it. The cells of male gametophyte are vegetative cell number 1, number 2 generative cell. You have to write like that way. You should not write vegetative cell and generative cell. You make it as a number 1, number 2. That will be a neat way of presenting. So the 2 cells of male gametophyte are number 1 vegetative cell, number 2 generative cell. If we go to the next question, here you can see the 2 chronicle. So it is chronicle respiratory disorders of the pollen grain. Pollen grains ಇಂದ ಬರೋ respiratory disorders ಬರಿಬೇಕು. The 2 respiratory disorders given in the textbook, here it is asthma and bronchitis. You can see here asthma and bronchitis. The chronic respiratory disorders are anta haki, number 1 asthma, number 2 bronchitis. If we go for the next question, write the characters of the wind pollinating flowers. Wind pollinating flowers the characters ಬರಿಬೇಕು. So if we consider that First character is pollen grains are. Pollen grains are lightweight, non-sticky. So this word may not be necessary. The pollen grains are lightweight and non-sticky. So here the anthers are well exposed. Stigma is a large and feathery, or you can write feathery. Stigma is a feathery stigma. And here the ovary contains the one ovule. And small flowers are arranged as inflorescence. Small flowers inflorescence ಆಗಿ arrange ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So that means I have listed here the four characters. The four characters are pollen grains are lightweight, non-sticky, anthers are well exposed, stigma is a large and feathery, flower or the ovary contains one ovule, small flowers are arranged as inflorescence. Then if you go to the next question, that is insect pollinating flowers. The characters of the insect pollinating flowers. The insect pollinating flowers characters are, so you can see here, the flowers are large and they are colorful. They'll produce us fragrant. They'll also produce us nectar. Here flowers are large and flowers are colorful. Flowers produces the fragrance. Flower produces nectar. The next character is, here itself there are two characters are there. Flowers are large and colorful. This is the one character. Second character is flowers produces fragrant and nectar. So this becomes the second character. If you consider the third character, pollen grains are sticky and stigma is also sticky. So that's a 4 characters. It's a 2 marks question. Then if you go to the next question, that is write a neat labeled diagram of the male gametophyte, that I already given in the notes. There is only diagram you have to write of the pollen grain. So pollen grain diagram baribeku. Just you have to write the diagram and label. Of course labeling has to done. Without the labeling the diagram will not be valid. So label baribeku. Label madbittu diagram na baribeku. The next is, mention the type of outbreeding devices to prevent inbreeding depression. The devices are, if we consider, 4 devices are there. Pollen grain releases before, actually pollen grains first release ಆಗುತ್ತೆ before the stigma receptivity. Here the sentence is, pollen releases and stigma receptivity is not synchronized. You can write it directly like this without making a sentence. Pollen grains first release ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ ಇನ್ನೂ ಮೆಚೂರ್ ಆಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಡಿ ಆಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ರಿಸೆಪ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ. ದೆನ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಈಸ್, ದ ಆಂಥರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ ಆರ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಡ್ ಅಟ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ಸು. ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೋ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆಂಥರು ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೋ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸು ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. Anther and stigma are placed at different position. Then you can see the next character is, next device, this is the third one. The third device, inhibiting the pollen germination in the pistil. That means same pollen grain. Same means belonging to the self incompatibility. It will prevent self incompatibility. That is only called the sentence, inhibiting pollen germination in the pistil. It prevents self incompatibility. The fourth device, production of unisexual flowers. Unisexual flowers means one plant will produce a male flower, another plant will produce female flowers. So ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲಾಂಟಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪ್ಲಾಂಟಿಗೆ ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. It will prevent the self pollination. So these are the 4 devices it has been given for the question. The next question is, only definition you have to write here. Define monocarpellary, multicarpellary. Gynoecium consists of single pistil. ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಪಿಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಪಿಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಮೊನೋಕಾರ್ಪೆಲರಿ. If the flower contains more than one pistil, 2, 3, 4, like that, it is called multicarpellary or polycarpellary. Both are same, multicarpellary and polycarpellary. Now gynoecium consists of single pistil, gynoecium consists of more than one pistil. So this is about the only definition you have to write it. The next is, define parthenocarpic fruit. So parthenocarpic fruit means the fruit formed without fertilization. Fruit form ಆಗುತ್ತೆ but fertilization ಆಗಲ್ಲ. Without fertilization the fruit will be formed. So only in this fruit no seeds. Seeds produce ಆಗಲ್ಲ because fertilization ಆಗಲ್ಲ. So the definition is fruit formed without fertilization is called as a parthenocarpic fruit. Example, banana. Only banana you have to write. You should not write papaya or a grapes. Only banana has to write. No other any example. Only banana. That's the parthenocarpic fruit. The next is, mention the examples of false fruit. False fruit here examples are apple and strawberry. This is the one apple, the second one is a strawberry. So false fruit andre thalamus part inda produce ಆಗೋ ಫ್ರೂಟು, ಓವರಿಯಿಂದ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಥಲಾಮಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಂದ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗೋ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ನ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಪಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಬೆರಿ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ polyembryony? Give example. So here, occurrence of more than one embryo in a seed is called polyembryony. Poly means many. Many embryos. So many embryos which are present in a seed. ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಸೀಡು ಬಟ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ more than one embryo ಇರುತ್ತೆ. That is called as a polyembryony. So example you can write it, citrus fruit, mango. You can write mango and citrus fruit. That's the example for polyembryony. Next question is, what is triple fusion? In which plants does it takes place? The other male gametes fuse with the two polar nuclei is called triple fusion. Other two male gametes, in that one male gamete fused with the female gamete to form a zygote. So other male gamete is there, that other male gamete, it will fuses with the two polar nuclei. This is called triple fusion. Or you can write, the process of fusion of 3 haploid nuclei. The process of fusion of 3 haploid nuclei. Haploid is very important. If you forget to write the haploid, the answer will not be valid. The fusion of 3 haploid nuclei is called triple fusion. In which plants does it takes place? Answer is angiosperms. The answer is angiosperms, that you have to write. The process of fusion of 3 haploid nuclei is called triple fusion. So in which plants does it takes place? Angiosperms. That's about the 2 marks question. Let's go with the 3 marks question here. Explain about the artificial hybridization. So here we are going to make it as a 2 headings, that is a emasculation and bagging. These are the 2 headings of that, which I already given in the notes. So here that steps involves crossing of different varieties of the species with the desirable characters, considered they are the parental plants. Then desired pollen grains will be done by pollination on the stigma. Desired pollen grains are transferred as a pollination on the stigma. Then if you consider, we have to protect it from contamination, because other any unwanted pollen grains will be fallen on that, so we have to protect it. In the case of emasculation, we are going to remove the anther, that is a male part. You are going to remove the male part. After removing the male part, we are going to cover that flower made up of a butter paper, which prevents the contamination of unwanted pollen grains. The next step is the bagged flowers. That means whatever the flower which we have covered is called bagged flower, that will attain the receptivity. Then the mature pollen grains will dusted onto the stigma. So this will consider as a female flower. So male flower in the one female flower ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಂಥರ್ಸ್ ನ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಮೇಲ್ ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಇಂದ pollen grains ನ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. We are going to dust it on the stigma. Again we are going to do the rebagging. Then it will produce or developed into plants. Then if you consider the next is structure of dicot embryo and monocot embryo. Of course diagram has to written for both. Dicot embryo gu separate diagram, monocot, each one will be the 3 marks question. Separately they will ask in the separate question. Dicot embryo 3 marks question separate. Monocot embryo is also separate 3 marks. First you have to write the diagram. Dicot embryo separate agi diagram baribeku, even monocot. So what are the points you have to write for that? That point should contain embryonal axis explain ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, cotyledons ನ ಪ್ಲಿಮ್ಯೂಲು ರಾಡಿಕಲ್ ಇದನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಫಾರ್ ಬೋತ್ ಡೈಕಾಟ್ ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೊನೊಕಾಟ್ ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋ ಎರಡಕ್ಕೂ ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋನಲ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಕಾಟಿಲಿಡನ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಪ್ಲಿಮ್ಯೂಲು ರಾಡಿಕಲ್ಲು ಇಷ್ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್. Next we'll consider the pollen pistil interaction. So here the pistil will recognize the compatible pollen. Then after that pollen tube will be developed. That pollen tube will enters through the stigma. After entering to the stigma, it leads to the fertilization. Then pollen grain produces the pollen tube through germ pore, that I already told. It will transfer the male gametes to the embryo sac. This point still more in elaborate I have given already in the notes, that you can refer it for the answer in the pollen pistil interaction. Those points, this will be as a 3 marks question. Same, that is very still more easier than this answer. The next is mention the post fertilization events. That post fertilization events is here the endosperm, that is a peck, primary endosperm cell will develop into endosperm. Zygote develops into embryo. Ovules develop into seed. Ovary develops into fruit. So you have to write peck, primary endosperm cell develops into endosperm. Zygote develops into embryo. Then ovules develop into seeds. Ovary develop into fruit. That is the post fertilization event. Then if you consider types of pollination, there are 3 types: autogamy, geitonogamy, xenogamy. For each one you have to write the definition. There are 3 types of pollination: autogamy, geitonogamy, xenogamy. So for all these three pollination, you have to write the H1 as a definition for each one. The next is, you can write the next question. The advantages of the seeds to the angiosperms. Just you refer the notes which I have given already. That will give the advantages of the seeds, which are there as some 3 or 4 points. That will be better than that. So easier in that. The next, if you see 5 marks. In the 5 marks question, explain the structure of dicot embryo. That I already explained what should be present in that answer. Diagram ಬರಿಬೇಕು, ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋನಲ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಕಾಟಿಲಿಡನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಪ್ಲಿಮ್ಯೂಲು, ರ್ಯಾಡಿಕಲ್ಲು. ಸೊ ಇಷ್ಟು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಐ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ 3 marks question. Explain the structure of dicot embryo. The next is, this is a split question. So this is 3 marks. And of course it is a 2 marks. So 3 plus 2, 5 marks. Write a neat label diagram of male gametophyte. So male gametophyte ಅಂದರೆ pollen grain. Pollen grain diagram ಬರಿಬೇಕು. So pollen grain diagram ಮಾತ್ರ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. That will carries the 2 marks. So here it is a split question. This is a 3 marks and this is a 2 marks. The next question is, explain the structure of megasporangium with a neat label diagram. Megasporangium andre ovule. Another name for ovule is a megasporangium. You can see that. First of all, you have to write the diagram. That will carries the 3 marks. So here the diagram will carries 3 marks. Sorry, it is 2 marks. Diagram will carries the 2 marks. Remaining 3 marks ಗೆ points ಬರಿಬೇಕು. Ovule is attached to the placenta. Then stalk of the ovule is called funicle. The next is hilum point ಬರಿಬೇಕು, funicle point ಬರಿಬೇಕು. Integuments, what are the integuments? Outer integument, inter integument ಅಂತ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. ಮತ್ತು ಮೈಕ್ರೋಪೈಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. ದೆನ್ ಚಲಾಸಲ್, ದೆನ್ ನ್ಯೂಸಿಲಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಷ್ಟು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸು ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಆನ್ಸರಲ್ಲಿ. ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೀಸ್ ದ 3 marks ಫಾರ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್. Next we go to the next question, that is explain the structure of 7-celled 8-nucleated embryo sac. Diagram ಬರಿಬೇಕು, embryo sac diagram ಇದು. That embryo sac diagram which I already given in the notes, that you have to write. ಬರೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ, in the nucellus functional megaspore will divide mitotically to form the 2 nuclei which will move to the opposite pole. Then again once again mitotic division will takes place. 8 nuclei ಬರುತ್ತೆ. 8 nuclei ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. How it will be arranged? 6 of 3, okay, this 6 of the 8 nuclei surrounded by cell wall, central polar nuclei form ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. 3 cells are arranged as a egg apparatus at the chalazal end, micropylar end. Then antipodal cells at the chalazal end. See, 3 cells are grouped at micropylar end as a egg apparatus. 3 cells are at chalazal end as a antipodal cells, and 2 will be present at the center as a polar nuclei. So this is called as a embryo sac structure. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೆಸರು, you have to write it as a 7-celled 8-nucleate. So here you can see 7-celled 8-nucleate. Both are same. ಎರಡಕ್ಕೂ ಇದೇ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಂದರೂ ಒಂದೇ, 7-celled 8-nucleate ಅಂದರೂ ಒಂದೇ, ಸೇಮ್ ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. The next is, what is megasporangium and explain the structure of embryo sac. So here you can see that megasporangium just I have explained now, same ಅದೇ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. megasporangium ಅಂದರೆ ಓವ್ಯೂಲು. Explain the structure of embryo sac. Previous question what I have explained so far. This is the embryo sac structure. Megasporangium also previous question ಅಲ್ಲಿ explain ಮಾಡಿದೆ. What are the points it should be present in that. Then microsporangium. Microsporangium ಬಂದು Anther. So you have to explain the anther structure. Microsporangium. So microsporangium develops further and became the pollen sacs. Microsporangium which in which pollen grains are developed, that you can write it as a microsporangium. Then it is surrounded by 4 layers, you know that already, which I explained so far: epidermis, endothecium, and middle layers tapetum. Tapetum will provide nourishment for the developing pollen grains. ಇಷ್ಟು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟೆಡ್ ದ 5 marks questions. So that's about the second chapter, that is a sexual reproduction in flowering plants.